welcome to the Canadian Bowler Show. Glad to be back. Bit of a holiday special we got here. Daryl's very, very festive over on the other side. I'm making my best attempt here in a holiday sweater as well. How's it going, Daryl?
Pretty good. Got the twerking Santa going on. It's I was able to fit my hat on underneath all the headphone gear, so we're doing okay.
Yeah, Daryl had a good laugh. I attempted to put my Santa hat on too, and it's very much a child's Santa hat and does not fit over the headset. So we're going without it on the show here.
Awesome.
How are things in Ontario, Daryl?
Good. We've been snowed on, and then it went away, and then we got ice rain, and that was a pretty crappy couple days, and then that went away, and now it's a little bit of both. But we're getting into the festive spirit. It is still a little white out there, but it's not mountains of snow like in some other areas.
Yeah, we'll just not talk about Saskatchewan and our 2 or 3 feet of snow that we got at this point.
South of us got hammered too, so we're lucky. We've just got a little bit of a hit. Not bad.
Well, at least it gives you something for the Christmas season, something to at least make you know that it's Christmas time.
Absolutely.
Before we get really too into it, just a quick reminder, if you are here today, to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, also hit that subscription button. And either of those do help us a lot, so please do help us out. We are near the end of the year here. Beginning of the year, we set a goal of 2,500 subscribers, and we flew past that at about October, I think. So thank you for everybody who has hit that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it, but we're obviously any subscription helps us out moving forward. So please hit that button if you haven't already. If you're checking out the show, we do post to YouTube usually within the day, so the video would be here after the fact. And then if you are a podcaster, they are available on all major podcasting platforms, usually within the week. So you're able to check the show out after the fact if you're not able to get us here live. So, end of the year, last episode of the season, we got a little bit of results and a little bit of information to pass along, don't we?
We do. Absolutely.
What do you want to lead with?
How about we lead with the UBC? It's got probably the most information out there right now. They just concluded it a couple of days ago, so it went from December 11th to December 16th. It was 3 events, which is really crazy to think that you're running 3 events. It's probably the only thing like that, where you see the same teams playing in events back to back to back. But we have some images here, and I can go through the results. So it was 3 events and cumulative prize pool, I believe, of $500,000, which is crazy to think about. But event number 1, the winners were Team Exodus, which was Aaron Sheriff, Matt Bass, and Sean Ingham, defeating Moama Green, which is Canadian content Ryan Bester, Kevin Anderson, and Wayne Turley, and that went down 77-58. And for that first event, the Golden Toucher, which is the person that gets the most touchers throughout the whole event, went to Lee Schreiner and Aaron Sheriff. They split it each with 29 touchers through that event, which is an insane amount. Event number 2, the winners were Moama Green. So Ryan Bester, Kevin Anderson, and Wayne Turley defeated the Warilla Gorillas, which is Aaron Tees, Corey Wedlock, and Jeremy Henry, and that was a closer one, 64-50. And the Golden Toucher, well, I'll show this picture first because I don't think Kevin Anderson could look any more excited than he does right there. Ryan Bester with apparently a UBC record 38 touchers throughout that event. And then event number 3, the winners, the Whittlesea Eagles, which was Lee Schreiner, Blake Nairn, and Ben Winther, defeating The Point, which was Ali Forsyth, Ray Pierce, and Dave Axon, and that went 63-48. And unfortunately, the Golden Toucher I couldn't find anywhere, so I don't know who got it in that event. But then the Ultimate Team went to Moama Green, Ryan Bester, Kevin Anderson, and Wayne Turley because they were runners-up in event number 1, won event number 2, and then we're split the third prize equal in event number 3. So definitely a really solid showing from those 3. And I just wanted to say kudos to Kevin Anderson. He I don't know what his official title is. I know he's like the bowls coordinator at Moama. So putting on this event, probably having a ton of work that he's doing to facilitate this at his club, and then to win the whole thing at least once and come up with the ultimate team is pretty special for him, I think. So cool for him.
Yeah, no, like if you look at just to make that final and win one and lose one of the finals, that's obviously the reason that they're the ultimate team. So when you have kind of 2 pretty good results there out of the 3 events, you can't really complain. That's a good showing by that team specifically.
Yeah. Crazy. Just some high level talent right across the board. If you I say this all the time, but if you get a chance to see the BPL and the UBC, it's new formats, really quick play. Just check it out if you haven't. I trust that those that really like bowls will really like it. It's exciting. It's really fun to watch, and obviously there's a lot of money on the line, so people are really playing their top-notch bowls.
I tuned in for like a few of the preliminary matches just because something to sort of see what's going on, and there were 2 North American teams in there, so like I always like to see what the North American guys get up to. So there was Golden State and Southern California Tsunami, so both of those teams were back in the event. I think Dan Lemissiere was on Golden State, and then I think Lauren Dion was on the Tsunami.
Yeah.
And then Dan has played with, I think it was the Christies out in California. He's from Australia, so they essentially joined up with his brother and friends from Australia out there. So good on them for getting on that again. It's nice to see representation from places other than Australian and Australian events. So they had a pretty respectable showing to this go around. I know the first time they went to UBC looked like they struggled a little bit, but looked like this time they had slightly better results. So good on them for putting their foot in the door and giving it a shot.
Yeah. I mean, the cost of going in alone, along with travel and staying there for weeks, trying to, I would assume, to go ahead and try to prepare yourself to actually play in that. That's a lot to put forward, and kudos to those 2 guys for doing it and continuing these teams. Hopefully we see a lot more North American content in there. There's a lot of great players in both the States and Canada that I think could do well in events like this. So it'd be really cool to see them. It's just, yeah, a long distance, long time, and a lot of cost that goes into it. So a cool event, top to bottom anyway.
Yes, before we move on, we got a comment in the chat. Ryan Stadnick wishing us all a Merry Christmas, and he wants us to promote the extra awesome WOBA tournament for next summer. 5-man team next year, so WOBA is changing it up. It was a 4-man team. Now it looks like it's going to a five-a-side format, so that'll be a fun change up to WOBA. If you're a lawn bowler and you love playing in a sort of very competitive event, definitely make your way out to WOBA, and usually early mid-July out there in Southern Ontario, usually get some nice heat. So I can't recommend that more than anybody else would. I love that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this year was the first year I missed it in quite a long time, just because I was away, but great event. I highly encourage anybody in Canada to go in and try it out. Five-a-side. I've been dying for a 5-a-side type of event, so I'm really interested to see how this is run and get that going, because it's something that we're missing in Canada. We don't have a 5-a-side, and a lot of events internationally are, World Bowls and Commonwealth Games. It's 5-person teams, and you split those up and mix them up. So why not have something here that kind of represents that, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I guess we can move on. We got some other information to talk about. So we do have results from the Junior World Indoor Bowls Championship out there in Belfast, Ireland. So Owen and Amy from Canada ended up attending. The winners were from the men's singles, Henry Goodwin from England, and then the women's singles was Brianna Smith from Australia. So as you can see in the photo there, mixed pairs was actually essentially what you're seeing there, the Australia-England final in the mixed pairs too. So Ruby Hill and Henry Goodwin ended up winning the mixed pairs against Australia in the final. I watched that one live. They had a little bit of live streaming. It was actually a really good game to watch. That one's really back and forth. And then here you're seeing Amy and Owen. They were our Canadian representatives. So Amy had a bit of a tough run, went 0-5, but I'm sure had a good experience there, getting to play probably her first little kick on indoor surface. And then Owen went 2-3 and just missed sectional play. I know his last game, I think if he'd won, he was through. So it was a bit of a tough end to that tournament for him, but it looks like he put up some good results in the games that he did play. And we had the representative from the USA. So Angel Gomez was there from the USA, and he ended up going 1-4. So good to see that he was there. I know he's a fairly young competitor. I think he's only 18 years old or something along those lines. So he's probably one of the youngest players in that tournament. So good on him for getting there and giving it a shot.
Really, really good to see the US there. I've been dying to see some grassroots stuff coming up from the US and seeing some new people come through, because I mean, I love our US partners down there, and a lot of players that I know personally, but want to see some new faces, right? You want to see some new people coming up and challenging the standard that's out there, and to see a young guy go out and attend his first World is really, really cool. So good on him for giving it a shot.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think it's been probably quite a few years since we've seen sort of a under 25 player come out of the United States. If we're dating back, maybe Max Cavender and the like late 2010s or the early 2010s type of a range was about the last time we sort of saw someone. So it's nice that they've got at least someone young giving it a go. And if he sticks with it as sort of an 18, 19-year-old kid, he give him 5-6 more tries at this event. I'm sure we're going to probably see improving results as it goes along.
Yeah, those that were coming up, I essentially, when I was coming up into the national team down in the States, were older than I was. So they're still kind of the young people on that team. So it's good to see some young people coming up. So I'm hoping that we see some fresh faces in there soon. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. I guess we can move on to our last sort of results or topic we wanted to discuss. So we do have the WBT potters coming up right away here. So we got the WBT singles and pairs starting early in the new year. So I think that's starting January 6th until the 22nd. It's pretty much right after the New Year's is over. We have lots of games to start watching again on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you want to watch it. Yeah. And we got a couple Canadians in that event. Do you want to cover who's playing there, Daryl?
Yeah. Someone that's hovering in the lower areas of the Check Your Bias Power 20, Cody Olthoff. He'll be in there, so he's looking to make some moves, in the words of Alex Scott. If he does well in this and wins a couple rounds or even makes a run for something, he could shoot up that ranking in the new year. But Cody will be there, as well as Dylan Jacobs from Canada. Two close friends, two guys I know from Ontario, two talented bowlers. So it'll be really, really interesting to see how they do. So in the singles, Cody will be kicking it off against David Gurley from Scotland. Really tough opponent. David's been there, done that multiple times. So Cody's got his hands full. And then in the pairs, Cody and Dylan will be kicking it off in the prelims. So they still have to play one to get into the main slot. And they have probably the toughest preliminary match that you could see on that whole list, which is Lewis Rideout and Sam Tolchert, gold medalists from the Commonwealth Games from England, in their preliminary match. So like, holy crap! Like, you get they start off tough, and it will never get easier from then on. So, good luck to those guys. It's gonna be a challenge, but I hope they do really, really well. I know they'll do Canada proud regardless. So, hopefully, we get to see some stuff on them. We do have some U.S. content. So Neil Furman is slotted to play. He'll be playing Jason Greenslade in his first match on the singles, and then he'll be teamed up with Australia. So it'll be Neil Furman and Sean Maudsley, if I pronounce it correctly, versus Mark McPeak and Stuart Bennett, who are from Northern Ireland. That'll be their preliminary match. They still have to play to get in there. And then some cool stuff. Catherine Rednall, friend of the show, she'll be actually the only woman represented in the singles, the open singles. She'll be playing Wayne Wilgris in her first round match. So really cool to see her in there, still competing on the side that's mostly dominated by men. I hope we see more women crack through and start playing there, because I think it's long overdue. If it's an open singles, let's get it truly open. And then in the pairs, in the ladies match play, sorry, we have ladies match play and we have mixed pairs as well. We won't get into that specifically, but there's 8 competitors on the ladies match play, including Catherine Rednall. She'll be playing that. And then mixed pairs, there'll be 8 teams as well. So some other stuff to watch. So lots of stuff to watch.
Yeah, no, the event's roughly just over 2 weeks long there. So we do have quite a bit of bowls to go along over those days. So you do get the mixture of the mixed pairs, ladies singles, and then sort of what we've covered there, like the open pairs along with the men's singles, or I guess it's open singles, as you were saying. So it is cool to see Catherine is playing in that again. I think it was last year that she played. It was Alex Marshall, or 2 years ago. I don't remember which one it was, but I watched it live, and it was probably one of the best games of singles I've seen in a long time. The two of them were just back and forth making incredible shots. So I always love watching specifically WBT, just because those games are such high quality and you can really see some incredible shots, like however many years ago it was now, where Nikki Brett made that incredible shot that went viral, and you can still find it on YouTube there to this day, where it's great to even watch it years after the fact. And it's pretty easy to every single event have multiple shots like that, or things that you can just rewatch and be amazed at what the player just did.
Yeah, high quality event. I think you said it best. Stuff that you can watch and rewatch. So make sure you try to tune into it. It'll be streamed on Facebook and YouTube from the World Bulls Tour. It's something to watch while you're buried under snow in some provinces. And I mean, we get really lucky. We get the UBC coming into the holidays, get a little break, and then right in the new year we get WBT to kick things off, and we can then look forward to the new season of bowls coming up, which is cool.
So Daryl, I'm going to pull a 180 on you. I'm going to bring something up that I don't think we planned for, but I don't think you're going to object to me bringing it up once I say it.
Okay.
So there's been some announcements for hosting of nationals for Canadian nationals for next year. I just realized that as we were talking that we should probably cover both of those announcements that were made. So over the last 2 weeks, there's been a couple different announcements. So the first one that was, I guess it would have been last Friday, the Friday before, that they announced where the hosts for the major nationals and then the mixed pairs will be. So the major nationals for Canadians next year are going to be at Wanda Fuka Lawn Bowling Club in Victoria, BC. So that'll be awesome to have it back there. I think they've hosted probably 2 of the last 10 or so nationals. It's two of the 3 4 green surfaces in Canada, however the hell I need to word that to make it make sense, but they have 4 greens, one of the few places in Canada. So I've been there a couple times myself. I love Wanda Fuka, so it's great to see they got it back. Looks like that's August the 18th to the 26th. And then the other event that was announced was the mixed pairs. The mixed pairs is going to be in the Wanderers Lawn Bowling Club in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So that's awesome to see an event being hosted out in the Maritimes again. It's been
really cool.
Quite a few years. I think like we're probably dating back to the juniors and however many years ago that was. So it's good to see them hosting an event again. And Wanderers is probably one of the premier clubs out there. So great to see that. And that's supposed to be September 12th to the 16th, 2023. And since I have the other stuff up, I don't know if you have it up in front of you, Daryl. The other announcement was just, I guess that's the other day, yesterday or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So we have the Canadian Senior Triples was announced to be at the Commonwealth Lawn Bowling Club in Alberta. So that's going to be September 12th to the 16th. Another 4-green surface. So Commonwealth is a great facility out there in Edmonton. And then the Canadian Parables Championship is going to be at the Stanley Park Lawn Bowling Club in Calgary, Alberta. So 2 events going to Alberta this summer. That one is July 24th to the 30th. So right at the end of July, we get the Canadian Parables out there in Calgary. So it's great to see. I know Alberta had probably the top or the largest contingent of people playing in the Parables event out there, that the inaugural one that started this summer. So it's not terribly surprising to see it go to Alberta, because I think they got a few of the technical assessors, everything like that out there, and kind of just good logistics wise to have it on Alberta. So it's great to see the announcements of all the different events coming out.
Yeah. I mean, really good venues. Great to see stuff out east. It's really tough to get anything past Ontario. So it's really cool to see that. And stuff spread out. I mean, obviously during the pandemic, people didn't really want to host, didn't want to deal with all the stuff, or didn't know how to deal with all the stuff around COVID and travel and whatnot. So nice to see it's starting to spread around a little bit more, and maybe we'll see a little bit more of that as we move forward. But it's good to see different parts of Canada stepping up to represent and host these things. So cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they've staggered the release of the different events, and I think the one remaining would be the juniors U25. So I'm sure we'll see a release of that probably sometime in the fairly immediate future. So whenever that information comes out, we'll definitely pass that along on the show as well. So excited to find out whoever's going to host that event as well.
Cool.
So Daryl, 2023, we're just about there. Any big plans or anything you want to talk about on the near horizons for the show?
Yeah, I mean, 2022 was a little bit of an up and down year. Trying to get free time to do stuff and get content out and edit it and all that kind of stuff. It's amazing once you get into it. You think I can go out with the camera, film something, and then post it up on YouTube. It's to make it nice and quality and get everything into it. It takes some time of editing and cutting stuff out and putting in graphics and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, we're not professionals, so it was a struggle at times. But really happy with the content we got out. We wish we could have got out more. What was our goal? Our sub goal for this year, Mike?
2,500.
And we surpassed that. We were edging slowly up to 3,000 near the end of the year, and we should tip that scale hopefully early in the new year, and then set our goals for even higher, which is scary to think about because I never thought we would get to 3,000, but we're getting there. So really cool 2022. For 2023, I'm looking to just do more quality stuff. Get more videos out there. I know Mike, Luke, and I we talk about stuff all the time with ideas, and we write them down and have a list, but it's just actually getting out and doing it and having the time to do it. And with my changing role, hopefully I'll have a little more time to go out and actually film stuff so we can do it. And I really hope that we can start putting out some interesting stuff. And I'll save some more specifics. I'll let you talk about what you liked about this year, I guess, not last year, but this year, and then what you're looking forward to next year.
Well, this year it was obviously fun to sort of get a few of the ideas that you referenced, their lists that we have, to get them off the ground. So Alex and I have kind of in the background always talked about making our Check the Bias show, something that we've just sent emails literally to each other for over a decade, with top 20 list after nationals every year is usually Alex's brainchild. So now that we had the platform to do something with it, we decided to finally let it happen. So I was happy to see that happen. And then realistically, you're probably going to start seeing more content out of both you and I. Like we're fathers of young children, and then it's a little bit hectic to try and figure out logistics, especially for you, where you're away coaching and everything a lot. So I think to have that little bit more free time, we definitely have a few ideas that we've been tossing around. Like I think we've had suggestions for more coaches corner type of stuff. So definitely expect to see something along those lines. Daryl and I both are coaches. I'm not quite as special or prolific as Daryl is, but
I mean, who is? Come on.
Yeah, you're the special one. But we both like to coach. We have coached a lot in the past, so expect to see some information about that. We do like to sort of cover maybe more drills or certain things that people can do for when they're actually practicing or wanting to maybe build sort of practice sessions, things like that. We've got ideas, and you're definitely going to see some Coaches Corner content coming out. And that's sort of what I'm looking forward to, is just keeping with the things that we've brought out. Like you'll see more Check the Bias probably. I'm thinking springtime, you'll probably see another episode of that where we're probably gonna have some updates with the WBT events, everything like that. So just excited in general for 2023. It's going to be an interesting year, I think.
Yeah. We've got a full slate of Canadians again, so it's nice just to get back into the usual, what to expect with provincials and nationals and all this stuff. The couple of years where we were hit and miss and all over the place, depending on what province you were in and what restrictions you had, just made it so uncertain what was going to happen and when and how. Ryan Stadnik popped in and said, I'm really looking forward to WOBA. I'm excited to play again. I missed last year because I was away. So hopefully I can play. And building a 5-man team, I mean, it's not easy. Building a 4-man team for WOBA was not easy. Not everybody likes 4s and not everybody likes big teams. They like singles and pairs mostly. So build a team for that. Looking to build teams for provincials going into nationals so I can play in that. So a lot of playing I'm hoping to do. More than before, and like you said, building out that content. The drills I think is a big one that we really want to do. Having video of how to set up a drill, how to run it, commentary on adjustments you can make, and the things that you want to get out of it. There's a lot of stuff that goes behind drills rather than just going out and doing it. It's understanding it, and as a coach, being able to do it for your players. So that kind of content should be really, really cool to have. Coaches Cornerback. We really want to do that. We hear your comments. We see your comments. We hear you're talking to us. And Coaches Corner has been a big one. So definitely want to bring that back in the new year. And I also want to do, in my new role with coaching, it's going to be working with regional coaches here in Canada, building up the coaching network. So while it may not be super interesting to everybody, I want to do some videos on how to become a coach, what you need to do to be certified, what you need to do, part of evaluation, what courses you should take, and what to expect. It's not the most fun process in the world, I'll admit it, but there's a great content out there for coaches that want to know what to do and how to do it. And there's a lot of people that just are either too intimidated to get into the NCCP and understand it, but there's ways to do it, and it's not that hard once you get into it. So if I can do some videos or even do some talks on how to do it and how to approach it and where to go and find all this stuff, I think that'll be a huge help as well, because we need more coaches in Canada. I mean, there's no if and or buts about it. And specifically, we need more women coaches in Canada. That is something that is seriously lacking, and I think there are so many really good female players, and there's people that could be excellent coaches and just haven't taken the time to do it. And I think hopefully I can give them some nudges and some information and get them going, because it'd be really cool to see not only more coaches but more female coaches in Canada.
Yeah, no, very good points there. Your video will be informative, even help someone like me who has been attempting to become a certified coach to no avail over the last couple of years. So maybe you'll give me some hints on how I could get someone to actually certify me instead of waiting around for the last 2 years. So that'll be a good video to have, because it's something I've definitely wanted to pursue, and I enjoy coaching just as you. So hopefully the new year will bring that ability into my life as well.
Well, the nice thing is, hopefully with some free time, I'll actually be able to do more evaluations and more courses. I was able to get out to Nova Scotia to do one performance kind of course there, but I'd like to do more, and there's a whole bunch of development that can happen in Canada. So if I can get out there and, as an evaluator and a coach developer myself, put some more time into the grassroots and those people coming up, I think it'll be a big boost, and provide that evaluation coverage, which unfortunately there's only a handful of people that can do it, and not everybody is active, and not everybody wants to do it or travel to do it, so it's tough. And Derek Dillon in the chat, Captain Corduroy, the sultan of coaches out in Alberta, he says it's a great career. I mean, I know he gets paid the big bucks. I mean, he's traveling to Mexico all the time, so.
Yeah, he must be getting the really good money there with jet setting all over the world from Ireland, where he's coaching, and then going to Mexico and enjoying the hot sun. So must be a good life for Derek.
Oh, he's soaking it up.
All right. So did we have anything else we really wanted to cover today?
I don't think so. I'm excited of what happened this year. Really appreciative to all the fans, all the subs, all the people who view and like our videos. It means the world to us. I'm speaking on behalf of Mike and Luke and myself, but we never thought we'd get here. We never thought we would get to where we did last year or this year, and we probably will be surprised again next year, because it just keeps growing, it just keeps getting better, and we really enjoy it. So thank you to everybody, and looking forward to next year.
Yeah, no, we really enjoy having your guys' support. It really was a small little thing that we started. Well, the guys started and got me involved with, and it's really kind of just grown into something that we do regularly and want to keep going as regular as we can. Daryl flashed the teaser at the bottom, so if you are here, another reminder to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help us. Subscriptions really do help us with YouTube, and then if you are liking the videos also, that sort of pushes it up and gets people viewing them if they see content like Lomples typically. So yeah, we appreciate it, and we really do hope that everyone has a great end to 2022 here, and that they actually have a great 2023. So happy New Year's, happy holidays to everyone out there. Hope you do enjoy the end of the year, and we hope to see you early in the new year. Alrighty.